Well, Nebraska football took a theme from Rutgers tonight, and they kept chopping. And they beat Rutgers, overcoming a 13-0 halftime deficit for a 14-13 win. Pretty rousing experience out here with the Husker players celebrating all over the place. Casey Thompson ran up the sidelines to talk to Husker fans. Players dancing, talking to the Rutgers fans over here. It was kind of a wild scene, and it was kind of it was a wild game. There were so many different things that happened in this game, but let's start with this. After the first drive of the game, Nebraska's defense was terrific. It was really, really good. Nebraska's defense played about as well as it could tonight after that first drive. They made stop after stop after stop. 3 interceptions, all in the second half. Very impressive from Nebraska's defense. They got stops when they needed to. They got sacks when they needed to. Bill Bush's crew really stepped up this evening, and it was pretty darn impressive. They were able to kind of carry Nebraska's offense because the Husker offense really struggled for almost all of the night, let's be honest. They had one good drive to start the third quarter, a 70-yarder that cut the lead from 13-7. But the reason that Nebraska wins this game is Miles Farmer picks off a pass, returns it to the Rutgers 27, and Casey Thompson throws deep to Trey Palmer, who caught it about this far from the end line of the end zone to give Nebraska a 1-point lead and eventually a 1-point victory. Nebraska will take whatever he can get at this point, right? In a season like this, you'll take a 1-point win, you'll take a half-point win, you'll take a 0.1 win, you'll do whatever you need to do, but there's a lot of things for the Huskers to work on. Indiana and Rutgers, the 2 teams that Nebraska beat, probably the 2 worst teams are going to play on the way out. They took care of business in those 2 games. They stared down a pretty tough opponent tonight in the sense that Rutgers plays hard, but Rutgers gave them a few things, especially at the end. A crucial personal foul penalty against Rutgers, a defensive back throwing Oliver Martin out of bounds a little rudely. They called it, they flagged him. And there were a ton of flags tonight, and Nebraska survives, right? They survive. They're 3-3 overall. They're for a day. They're first place in the Big Ten West, and nobody can take that away from them. They're going to celebrate like hell tonight. They're going to love it. That plane flight home is going to be a lot of fun, especially when you're able to come back on the road the way that Nebraska did. The pass rush got better in the second half. The run defense was really good, and the pass defense was terrific. Quentin Newsom didn't play most of the night, so the interceptions came from Brandon Moore, the guy from UCF that just got here a couple months ago, Miles Farmer, and Malcolm Hartzog. Those guys played tough. Noah Vedral from Rutgers, former Nebraska player, he had some moments tonight, but they were early, and he struggled late, and they had to replace him, essentially. He didn't have any juice in his arm, and the quarterback they replaced him with, Evan Simon, is the one who threw the picks. Nebraska survives in Piscataway. Hey, it wasn't pretty, but you will take pretty when you win anytime, right? If it's ugly, you win. Nebraska's happy at this moment, and again, they're still in the Big Ten West race, and they'll take it. All right, for Husker Extra and Omaha World-Herald, I'm Sam McKewon.